Boom.
This is a portal connecting our reality with alternate space-time continua.
Correct. I'm a 45-year-old space nerd.
Galactic Coast Power Hour.
Your things look hot.
Power Hour.
There is a space age quality to them.
They're all we can afford.
We think right here is the way to go.
Free.
Galactic Coast Power Hour.
Welcome to the Galactic Coast Power Hour with John Innes and Mighty Mike Taylor, the Galactic Guys.
Each and every one of us is a crew member here on Spaceship Earth.
On Vinyl Draft Radio.
That is right. This is the Galactic Coast Power Hour, but we are not coming to you live from the ACU of Texas studio on the top floor of the historic Gemini building just down the street from the home of human spaceflight.
Nearly live.
The studio is experiencing some technical difficulties, but don't worry, that is good news, as we are coming to you from the tap room, actually the production room, actually the fermentation room.
It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing.
Right. At the Galveston Bay Beer Company, right where League City, Dickinson, Texas City, Bay Cliff, San Leon, and Kemah basically meet.
Yeah, right there on the border of everything.
Right. My name is John Innes. Tonight, as always, I'm joined by my brother and brew buddy, Mike Taylor.
Yo.
How goes it, Muddy Mike?
Going good, man. Going good. I smell this malt in the air.
Man, I smell good
large
here.
fermenters. I see a canning operation and a pilot system behind me. I'm liking things.
Right. So we have been looking for an excuse to try to get out of the studio and try out some new gear and take the show on the road. And tonight is the night. We are joined by our very, very gracious hosts who are doubling as our guests, and that is Skylar Frasagi.
Almost.
I even practiced.
You got it last time.
I butchered it last time. I think
You always put your last name.
because
John.
remember I was like,
love
you're just
you, man,
Skylar
but-
to me. I literally never even
Yeah.
thought about your last name until I was introducing you. I truthfully, I'm not sure I knew you had a last name.
I'm not even sure the rest of the family knows how to pronounce it correctly. So you're not alone.
And the worst thing is, I was on the Kemah Bridge, got a little backed up on the way here, and I real quickly found the YouTube video and played the last one. But I guess so much time had passed, and I've had some good beer, so I butchered it.
That's true.
So Skylar, and we've got Joel Purdom. Purdom. Right.
See this guy in last names.
So we're just going to go with Skylar and Joel. Did I mention we're at the brewery?
You know what you should do as a segment is try to pronounce like Belgian beer names.
Holy shit.
I think that'd be good. You think that would be a hit?
Yeah.
Better
Actually, I would.
better than the movie
I
trivia.
would. As long as we could troll you as you did them. But
Hey, bring it on.
so you couldn't hear it, right? So it was like we're commenting, you're just reading the names, and we're in like another room, and you can't hear us.
I think that sounds like a good idea. We'll have to try that.
Nah, love you, man.
Coming soon. So hey, man. So we are. You've got actually a pretty happening place going on right now too. So we're in this room, but right through the doors there's live music playing. There's football action on the screen. You got a pretty crowded tap room.
Yeah. We've got a full night tonight. It's Thursday night. Thursday nights tend to be really popular. We've been adding a lot of stuff. We've got a brand new sound system out there. We've got the TVs going. We've got some awesome people playing some music. It's always just kind of a live thing, especially this time of week. Just expanded the parking lot. It was just needed because for a while there, we're here on 3436. And, for a while there, it would get so crowded, people would have to park along the street. And so we were like, all right, it's time to expand the parking lot for the second time. I've actually got some pictures of the brewery back when we did the first parking lot expansion. I'm like, okay, that's kind of the marker line of like, all right, this is where things really start getting bigger when you need more parking. But it's not even close to the finished result. We're about to make some really cool improvements to the tap room.
Awesome, and the parking lot's all lit up too. It looks great.
Yeah, we got the string lights. You can actually see us from the road now, which is nice because before, we were just kind of in this empty street, and then they put a junior high across the street like we talked about last time. And
Gene Kranz, speaking of space flight.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
And you don't have to jam the brakes to get in here anymore. I love that.
Yeah. You see it coming.
right, that's true. Very well lit. And you've got, it looks like you've added some tables outside too.
Yeah, we've got tables, we've got all that. So expanding the outdoor area, that was the first thing. We've got music being pumped out there, and then the next thing is going to be the inside. We're going to increase the number of taps. We're going to start doing some nitro.
Wow.
So it's organic growth.
So the largest improvement I've seen is this machine that's right behind you.
Oh yeah, the goose.
The goose. Is that what y'all call it? The goose.
Well, it's a wild goose canning line,
Right.
It's what all the cool kids use, but
and a cage full of cans.
yeah, that's a depalletizer.
Wow.
Load the empty cans up right there. They shoot down. I fill them with beer, and then they fill up your mouth.
I'm smelling optimization here.
Well, no, you're smelling Sunny Day. I just made that like a couple hours ago.
Oh, is that what I'm smelling?
Yeah, that's Citra hops right there.
Nice. I'm impressed with the footprint of this canning line. I mean, it seems like it's like very vertical, very compact.
Well, right now it's clamshelled. It actually
Okay.
it moves.
And movable, right? I see wheels.
It is on wheels, yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Move in it. So typically during canning run, it's actually brought all the way vertical, and then we're running it. Joel was here last canning run, and we had it going. It's madness in here when the canning line.
How many cans a minute?
40 cans a minute max.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That is freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it seems like we've kind of hit on a theme, and that's steps forward, improvements. You're adding, you're growing.
Growth. We're under new ownership.
Boom. There we go.
Boom.
Okay, let's talk about
Joel's
that.
right here. Joel, you're here. You want to say a few words?
That's right. We took a look at the brewery. We met Skylar. We love the product, and we're investing in the business and hiring sales reps, expanding the space with our outdoor area, and we're ready to grow, bring on new flavors, put them in the market.
You guys are ready to attack.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. For the longest time, I was the only one here, and now we've actually got people. We're hiring people on. We've got another brewer here. We've got Kristen. We've got 2 incredible salespeople. We've got delivery drivers pushing out stuff to the.
That's got to be a relief to you, man. Got to be a relief.
Idea.
I do have an idea, actually.
If anyone does, it's you, Mike. But it's really just this coming year is going to be really big for us.
Man, I'm so excited for you guys. I really am.
Yeah, been at it for 5 years now, and it's just now like, all right, ramping back up. Time to do this thing all over again.
Excellent.
So, do you feel you're at another a little plateau where you're about to rise again?
Yes.
Because that's what it seems like. Because y'all kind of rose up, and now it's time to take that other elevation and grab another plateau.
Yeah, but this ain't like a 747 like taking off. This is the freaking space shuttle.
Boom.
Nice.
It's gonna lift.
Nice.
Excellent.
Cool.
So, we talked a little bit before the show. One major change is you all are self-distributing again.
Yeah. So that was the thing. I think it's no surprise to anyone. Before we had a pretty bad deal with a distributor who will not be named, but we finally got out of that contract. We're back to self-distribution.
In control of your own destiny.
Exactly.
Were they on the WB network?
I don't know. What joke were you even trying to?
Yeah, I'm not
get
sure
there?
either. I did double
For
think.
the viewers, tell us.
I don't know. I'm not saying anything.
I'm gonna go with like some Looney Tune shit.
Yeah, WB.
Yeah, that was on there, right? Mm-hmm. Oh no, I didn't grow up with cable.
This was on Channel 13 in the morning.
Oh, neat.
I was thinking of the state flower.
Oh shit, you got it.
Nailed it.
But along with that,
Of some state.
yeah.
A wild blue
No, I'm not
bonnet?
identifying which.
Wild blue bonnet?
I'm not identifying what state.
But we've got stuff going out. We're in control of it, like you said. And so much has happened since the last time we talked. Last time we talked about this thing of like, we might be able to do beer to go. That's a thing.
That is a thing.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Huge development.
Yeah, so that was big for us because a lot of the guys around here they run under the brew pub license, and
You're
they
still
were-
the Class B, right?
Yeah, so we're still classified as a brewery, a full
Production brewery. Yeah, manufacturing site.
But the difference now is that you can take a growler, to go. You can take some cans to go, whether you want it in a 4-pack or a single or whatever. You know, you can now come in, get your growler filled with Ghost Ship Goza or Sunny Day IPA, and take it home. So now I don't have to constantly explain to people from out of state, like, sorry, that's illegal. They're like, this
You're
is
gonna have
Texas,
to finish
right?
your beer and leave.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been,
Which is what got the law passed. Is that you know
Right.
that realization?
Well,
that,
it was
you know,
looking at the map of the entire country. Every state was green except
And we
for
were
Texas
black.
was- yeah, well, I was going to say red, but okay.
so that
Pick your
was
color.
that was a huge change, which really helped us out tremendously, and it's helping out the local economy. There was no reason for us not to be able to do stuff like that. It was just legal mumbo jumbo.
So, have y'all thought about reclassifying as a brew pub?
Well, that's kind of an interesting situation because they built a school across the
I was
street.
about to say.
So
yeah.
we're grandfathered in, but we can't modify the
But if
license.
you modify your license,
You'd
further.
have to relocate. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, so just the fact that
That's
rather
okay. You
than-
just grow this whole building out that way, and you know, I don't even know if then you'll be able to get the top of the restrictions for the B. No
Right.
way.
Well, it's just a matter of waiting for laws to change.
Yeah,
You know, that's
yeah.
let it be an equal, true, like free market situation, and you know, it wouldn't be.
I
an
don't.
issue.
I don't like to get into too many laws, but has someone done the measurement? Have they told y'all that y'all can't modify?
No, like we had a civil engineer come in back when they started the school, and they explained the situation. They're like, "Oh no, you know, we're building everything to code, but
I think
because
it's
of the way
300 feet from door to door, right? As
Yeah, something
measured,
like that.
as measured by the lateral lines of the roadways.
Right. It's some like super specific thing like that. But even the guy that came and talked to me, he was like, you know, we're used to dealing with this stuff in downtown Houston when, you know, not only breweries but other things that are like super specific. You know, they've got that covered.
So Bob is. Sorry, that's probably off-air talk. But,
Okay.
But
Oh, dude, you dropped it. Yeah, talking- getting into the TMC. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure y'all could probably at least check on it. I don't know.
But the good news is now you don't necessarily have to. So
Right.
you know
Yeah, yeah,
now
yeah.
you
That
know
is true.
now
That is true.
it's kind of evened out. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So
but,
we waited for things to change, and thankfully they did.
man,
You know,
it
'cause
was a fight.
y'all went out and voted.
Yeah. It took a little bit longer than it should've.
Overwhelmingly,
Yeah. But it finally.
Lawsuits, voting.
Mm-hmm.
God. Anyway,
So what-
everybody's taking a drink.
Yeah, I was about to say, what are you drinking, Skylar?
Oh, I'm drinking Captain's Coffee Stout. That seems to
Oh,
be
wow.
something that sells especially well in the tap room, and we're actually talking about making that something that you can find year round in the stores. So
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I love you around
Yeah.
stouts.
that's kind of our next step, is that we've had these core beers that we've been offering for quite some time, but it hasn't really grown, and we haven't put out a lot of seasonal offerings and things like that. But with all the improvements we're making, all the upgrades we're making, we're going to start really in the new year pumping out new beers, things that even people here in the tap room haven't tried yet. Because I mean, you know, I'm always doing new stuff.
Right.
So yeah, we have that ability to start really putting new things out in the market, and that's what we're excited to see in what's next year, 2020?
2020, crazy, right?
What a weird year.
So I see the Blickman behind us.
Yeah.
This thing is freaking beautiful, man. This thing is awesome. So you can yield just a little over a barrel out of this thing?
Yeah, you know, before I was just doing this hobbled together little thing. And this system, funny enough, you guys interviewed James Huerta over at Grumpy McGregor's.
Yep.
So when he was building out that brewery, he asked me, hey, you know, what should I be looking at? I was like, dude, with what you're looking at, you want this Blickman system.
Yeah, totally.
And he was planning on this exact system being his
Main
production
system.
system.
Kind of like
Right.
our early days.
Yeah, that's what we started
One
on.
barrel
Yeah,
Blickman.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
One
they
barrel
were,
Blickman.
but we homebrewed, jerry rigged them with our own heat elements. But this has the actual Blickman heat elements.
Yeah, the boil coil.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you got the control pack and the whole This is an awesome.
Mike got pretty excited when he saw it.
I remember y'all's old Blickman.
I actually told John when I was like, "This is what I wanted ours to look like."
Yeah.
So funny thing, I convinced this, James at another brewery to buy this system. By the time he got it set up, before he even hooked up his first batch in the thing, he's like, "I want to go bigger." And so we bought this as our pilot system, and he.
Oh, this came from from him.
This is James's
Wow.
system that he never brewed on that I suggested to him, because really, when you're buying something for someone else, you just want it yourself. Isn't that the whole Christmas?
Right.
The thought of Christmas, buy something that or. Hey, you have the money, go and buy this, but then, sell it to me, and then you can decide to get something.
I did eventually have a 260-gallon wine tank that I had heating elements put into that was fairly effective. It was a 7-barrel system in effect, but this is like you just push the button and tell it what to do, right?
Efficiency.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Boring brew days are the best.
They are.
The more boring they are, the better the brew day.
Yeah, because it means you're not like putting out fires.
Right. Yeah, you're not scrambling, bobbing, and weaving.
Yeah.
Sometimes people come by, they're like, "What are you doing?" "I'm brewing." So let's, we can talk about stuff. Then other times, it's like, "Hey, I'm brewing. You probably need to get the fuck out."
I came in like 12 hours ago today.
Yeah,
Started heating up water, and I was like, you know what? It's gonna be a good one because it's bearable in here. The weather lately.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
It's
so
been
no air
incredible.
conditioner in here, right?
Well, we've got one. We're talking about running it up this next hot season, which should be in a couple weeks. But you know how Texas
Day to
weather
day.
is.
Day to day.
I will say, like brewing in cold weather, that's my jam.
That's
That's where I feel comfortable, and
Well, brewing suits cold weather.
it really does.
It does. It does suit cold weather because you want to lose heat after you gain it on the boil. So I always, of course, in Houston, you get 7 months of heat and 5 months of, maybe today.
Yeah. And then a week of real winter.
Right, right. 1 week.
Which is funny because on tap right now, I've got a winter warmer, brew it with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg. I call it 1 week of winter because...
I saw that, 9%.
Yeah, it's about 7%. I've got some 9%ers up there because, I mean, come on. This weather. If you need an excuse, then
Here it is.
It's below 60 outside. We can do that. But yeah, 1 week of winter. I think last year we sold it for like less than a month, and it was like, when it's not cold, people don't want to drink winter warmers. It's not a style that's super popular here in Texas, but especially is how broad the genre that style of beer is.
I think it might be the spice in the season.
Yeah, everyone's
You put
sick.
spice in a beer, they want to immediately classify you into a season unless it's clove, and then they're like,
Right, and everyone's getting off of the pumpkin beers and
right. Well, you got to throw some spice in it.
yeah.
But I love winter beers just for that. The St. Arnold's has everybody does a Christmas sale.
Christmas sale,
Everybody
yeah.
does something different. So yeah, it's an awesome offering.
So what's the favorite beer that you brew? What's your favorite beer that you brew right now? Like if you had to pick one of the beers, I mean, if you had to pick one of your favorite children.
How
I
dare
know,
you?
I know.
How
I can
dare
tell. I
you,
can tell
sir?
halfway into the question. I was like, oh, eject.
If I had a glove, just
Nah,
right
dude.
there against the face.
Hey, I got two sabers out. If y'all want to duel, I mean, if you want to get it over.
Can we
with.
do
We'll
like
do
a
that. We'll
Star
do
Wars
that.
kid
We'll do
thing?
that in,
totally.
All right,
in the
yeah.
last segment.
That'll be
I
the
got two
after show.
screwdrivers. Y'all can do a shank segment.
Um,
That sounds painful.
Well, maybe I'm just gonna be watching.
I guess favorite beers to brew as of right now, anything super aromatic, super fragrant. Like I was doing Sunny Day today, and yeah, that's a core beer. That's a beer I've been brewing here for 5 years, and that's a recipe I developed back in 2008. That was 11 years ago. Now I'm
Hard to
thinking
believe.
about it. But man, it never gets boring. The smell of Citra hops, I'm sorry, you can't beat it. But anything like that. When I'm brewing the coffee stout, you're smelling the coffee. I think I've been on record as saying one of my favorite parts of the job is just the smells. I love the smells. As a brewer, you encounter some of the most incredible and some of the most disgusting, gut-wrenching smells you'll ever smell.
Do you ever feel that the smells that are around in the brewery lead you to go to other tasting adventures?
Absolutely. If I ever go to anytime I'm over at St. Arnold, when I go to their brewery, it smells like a brewery. When I go to a brewery and it doesn't smell like a brewery, I'm almost like thrown off. Like, where's that smell of sweet wort in the air? Where's the smell of hops? Where is that?
Are y'all fermenting? Because I don't smell it.
Yeah, right. Or even like that CO2, what I call spicy air. But just having that around, the smells, the sights, the sounds, just hearing that bubbling away of the fermenter. But I make sure that once a month I go out and visit my friends at breweries. I just recently visited New Magnolia. They're doing some really cool stuff up there.
Yeah, they just opened up out in the Heights area.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, which, that's what a location of breweries, just like booming, and all of them being very individual and just like doing their own thing. It's exciting. Because I go out once a month and do that, but I always seem like I'm always like behind, like, damn it, I haven't visited this one. I got to shake hands. I got to be like, hey, let's talk beer.
Well, I think it's really good that you do that, though, because I felt like one mistake, at least I'll speak for myself, maybe not Mike, but, we had our heads so much into our own thing that we really didn't get out as much as we should have. I mean, we obviously,
there wasn't the community, though. There was community, but it wasn't
starting,
as large.
Yeah, we were a little ahead of it, but yeah.
We were in good with Southern Star, with St. Arnold.
Yeah,
and,
history
for
with them.
us, those guys were the ones that were open when
they
we started.
They were the only ones,
So,
yeah, it's like we were better at visiting breweries right before we opened than as soon as we opened, we're like,
we stayed in touch with those guys, but as it grew, now I think it's like 75 or something.
In the Houston area?
In the whole, between, Galveston and Houston, like close to 75.
Man, there's
we're not even close to saturation. We're not even close.
There's 3 breweries, actually 4, about to open in Dickinson.
Yeah.
You named one. It's crazy, right?
Which makes it a destination site.
Right.
Which only rising tide floats all boats, man.
Exactly.
The famous words of Lenny from St. Arnold's.
St. Arnold's told us that.
When he caught it, we had to do the announcement in the Galveston Daily News, and somehow the Houston Business Journal picked up on that, and then Lenny sent me an email. Hey, I see you're opening a brewery.
Nothing gets by Lenny.
It's like, that was like, what, 2010 or 2009? Or, actually, it might have been 2009, that announcement.
Announcement was 2010.
Okay, 10. Okay, yeah.
But it's absolutely true. Like, people come in, they ask me, there's so many breweries popping up. Like, does that hurt your bottom line or whatever?
Increases.
I'm like, absolutely not. It just drives people to come out here for a day trip. And I'm not going to be behind the bar, saying, oh, don't go to these other breweries. I'm like, no, absolutely, highly recommend it.
Go down the road.
I need you to visit every single brewery in this area.
Because you'll come back to this area, and you're going to visit every single brewery in this area.
Because we're all making beer, but we're all making it in very different ways. We have different things to offer. And everyone around here is really cool.
Yeah,
you're not going to find
brothers and sisters in brew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You won't find that kind of camaraderie in many other industries.
Does the local group still get together like we used to back in the day?
No, but we need to.
Right?
You know who was here just 2 days ago?
Brett Bay.
Brett Bray was here,
and we're gonna talk about him a little bit because they've got an anniversary coming up. Their tap room.
This weekend.
Yeah,
Yep.
We're gonna discuss that in the weekend brew segment coming up here in a little bit. Once I refill my glass.
Well, I guess it's time to take a break, and we're back.
Hold on. Are we back?
They're all we could afford. The Galactic Coast Power Hour. More with these two in just a minute. The Galactic Guys. Watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube. And don't forget to tell us how pretty we look. It's what your mother would want. And no one knows your mom like the Galactic Guys. Go to vinyldraftradio.com.
That is right. You're listening to the Galactic Coast Power Hour. We're visiting with Skylar and Joel from Galveston Bay Beer Company. And we're actually in the brewery.
In the brewery.
Drinking beer.
In front of the fermenters.
In front of the very
I'm
impressive fermenters.
I'm less than 15 feet from looks to be a 20-barrel fermenter.
Don't you dare try to drink directly from that tank.
Where's the mouth going, that Skyler?
knows
Not
me too
again.
much.
Not again.
Oh, I can find it. Oh, I see it right there. There's the test spigot.
Damn. Hold on, there's 4 now. There was 2 in the beginning, right?
Yeah. It
Nice.
started with nothing, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. I guess next would be 5, but
Canning situation this way. Toolbox over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
there
tell you
go.
what, just in the past 2 or 3 months, everything back here has been rearranged.
Moved and rearranged.
And then, talk to me again 2 or 3 months, and then
I
everything
can.
will
Oh,
once
I can
again
see
be
the
rearranged.
footings, the old footings on the tank farm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
So you're talking about adding some packaged products, and what's the current arsenal? I mean, I'm obviously the blueberry blonde and the watermelon wheat and the Ghost Ship Gosa.
So we've got all these core beers. We have 6 in total. We've
Okay.
got a Bull Shark Scottish
That's right, Bull
Ale,
Shark, yeah.
Sunny Day IPA, Ghost Ship Goza, Lafitte's Wheat, Watermelon
That's
Wheat,
right, the wheat
Blueberry
beer,
Blonde. Only 3 of those are really in cans right now.
Okay.
And a large reason for that is because we had our cans printed. We're looking at starting to do shrink-sleeved cans, which, you guys know
Get a
we're starting
blank
to
can. Get a blank can. Shrink wrap
Exactly.
it to the can. Boom. Done.
Able to do
over.
smaller
Artwork
quantities.
changes faster. You don't have to have a bunch of ball cans printed. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Way
kind of what
smarter.
we're looking
More
into
flexibility.
now, giving us more flexibility, more ability to put out different brands. So that's something I definitely look forward here in the new year. And yeah, because man, what's the number one question I always get from everyone? When can I get Ghost Ship Goza in cans? And we're so close. We're so close. Keep an eye out. Right now, we've got our salespeople. We're going in. We're getting all these places that we haven't been to in a while. And, they're putting us on the shelves, and that's just kind of like anchoring us in. And it shows, hey, if you're at a place and you like our beer, you like the beer that I make, and they don't serve my beer, they don't have it on the shelves or whatever, just talk to the people there. That's how we get accounts, more than just the salespeople that I send.
Word of mouth.
Exactly. It's word of mouth. It's what a place wants to hear from their customers. Is like, if you want this beer, I've always been very vocal of like, oh, why don't you have this beer? Why don't you have this beer? Oh, we hadn't thought about it. Well, this is me, the customer, telling you, hey, you should get this beer because this is what I like to drink. And, we initially, when we started 5 years ago, that's really how we got our best business. It wasn't me going over to, this bar, that bar, saying, will you please put our Scottish ale on? It was people around town saying, hey, do you have this? Nope. Why not? We're right down the road. We're local. And so, yeah, you're getting it from us, directly from us. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. We're building it back up. We're adding more brands. We're building things here. There's just so much going on, so many reasons to...
So in growing your brand, are you using social media?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am the one posting. Everyone always asks me this, because me personally, I don't have social media. I was in IT for so long. They say, when you work in the sausage factory, you don't eat the sausage.
Right.
Strangely enough, when you work at the brewery, you still drink the beer. That doesn't apply to
doesn't work.
everything.
Doesn't work.
Quite, yeah.
But I've never been able to tag you in anything. I've noticed that.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. I'm gonna get it, but yeah, for the brewery itself, we've always been a little bit lacking on social media, and that's something I've understood. But yeah, I'm now in control. So when you see things being posted, that's me posting something. Definitely drop me an @ or whatever the cool kids are saying right now, and I'll meme you.
Awesome.
Hit me up in a minute.
And that does seem to be kind of a theme. Obviously, theme moving forward or explosive growth, space shuttle going straight up, and also control. Now, if a venue calls you or you say, hey, I want your beer, there's no layer that they have to go.
Exactly. There's no
it's
middleman.
boom.
You're just
That's-
talking
that's-
to us. If you've got, something you want to talk about, if you want to suggest a beer, I can't tell you how many beers I've created just because people are like, you should make a beer like this. I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. Let's do it. So, that's kind of the advantage of being small and being able to be very, very intimate with the community at large.
What was that beer you brought us? Was it like Ghost? It was like Ghost. It had a smoke. It was like a very light smoky.
Oh, you're talking about Beach Bonfire. Yeah, we had that last time I was on the show.
Yeah.
So Beach Bonfire, that one is still a fan favorite. It's still something you don't see smoked Kolsch's often.
No, and that was
crazy.
freaking amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah, I remember
because
that now.
I would have never have thought to gone that way, and you did, and you freaking nailed it.
Yeah, and we haven't had it on for a few months now, but
no, she's on a mission. Yeah,
I just want to be.
We kicked a keg.
Something happened.
I'm going selfish right now.
What did we kick? Is
Kristen,
Beach Bonfire
Kristen,
on?
what's up? Kristen, what's up? What you got going on?
No, it's all good. I was just gonna come back here and get the mop bucket, but you guys are in the way.
Oh, I thought you kicked a keg.
Oh,
Did someone
man.
drop their beer?
I thought I heard something earlier. Yeah. In a reaction.
But
Apparently someone kicked the bucket.
Well, kicking the bucket or kicking the keg.
Kicking the bucket, kicking the keg.
If I don't have the beer you want, kick me in the head. And that's how that poem goes.
Oh man, that's just kind of rude, though, right?
Well, that's why I have so many bruises.
You can't always.
And send me off the bed.
Then send me off the bed.
This man, right?
That's why we have John here, man.
Beach Bonfire. We'll have it on next week.
Really?
Oh, announcement!
No.
Major announcement.
So it's somewhere in here aging up.
I just kegged it the other day.
No
it is
way.
back on rotation, so you want to get yourself some Beach Bonfire.
Oh, that's awesome.
That cherry smoked
And
goodness.
if I want to get a growler of it,
you can do that now.
Or bring my corny. Could I bring my corny up here and get it filled?
Let's not get TABC. Come on.
Well,
always pushing the envelope, man.
Right.
288 ounces per person per day.
Damn
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right. So
damn it,
still
just under 2 gallons,
Yeah,
right?
right.
They just had
That's
to
right,
do just
yeah.
under 2 gallons.
They did us dirty.
Damn
And
it.
those darn distributors in there with their little.
What else?
Yeah, but still a major victory for the state of Texas.
Yeah.
So
Brewlovers.
that's 48 ounces less than 2 gallons.
Funny how that works, right?
Wow,
Like,
four cans.
It's two
with
cases.
Four
or-
cans less than
one
than,
case or
than
2
2
cases?
gallons.
I don't know. But yeah, the last time we had we had that Beach Bonfire. We also had the 2015 Russian Imperial Stout.
Yes.
that I brewed.
That's right. All right.
Yes.
For this one, you'll
So,
notice this bottle
what do we
right
got
beside
there?
me.
Okay, yeah.
This is 2014. This is the oldest special beer. I think we have like 2 or 3 of these bottles left.
Wow. I feel honored, Skylar.
Very
Well,
much so.
you should.
I feel very honored. And this is a quad, correct?
This is
Yeah,
a
well, yeah.
Belgian quad,
Uh-oh,
and who
we're about
knows
to-
how this
about to
has
hear the
held
cork
up.
go.
Look, it's that old that the damn thing snapped.
Luckily, you gave me a set of pliers right here.
Oh, look at that. That was me.
Oh,
I thought
wah,
ahead.
wah, wah.
I thought ahead.
Jean Francais.
It ain't gonna work. Be right back.
All right.
BRB.
Hey, and while we'll take this, we'll go ahead and do the weekend brew, right?
Weekend Brew. I am working for the weekend. So when can we drink this?
The Galactic Coast Power Hour Weekend Brew.
That is right. It is time for the Weekend Brew, powered by our friends at The Scene Magazine. The Scene is a place where an action or event happens, and for 17, actually now 18 years, The Scene Magazine has been giving those living, working, and playing along the waterfront capital of Texas and the home of human spaceflight a reason to get out of the house and do something. So upcoming weekend, a lot of events coming up. We kind of teased earlier. Fetching Lab Tap Room over in Tech City. They turn 1 year old on Saturday, December 14th, starting at noon.
And revitalized Texas City.
Right. I believe there'll
6th
be.
Street.
I believe there'll be a number of new releases: 12 Past Midnight Barrel Aged Porter, as well as a second generation Pet Project Orange Amber Ale, and there'll be a food truck. And I think they're also celebrating Brett and Teresa's combined 92nd birthday.
Yeah, that's right. Their birthdays are really close together.
Right. That's kind of cool. So, I don't know about you, Mike, but it never really the holiday season really doesn't ever start until the Crew de Lock Kima pub crawl.
Absolutely.
And that's happening
tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
it's happening tomorrow night in Kima. And if you're not familiar with this pub crawl, folks, we meet at T-Bone Tom's, usually a couple hundred of us. Back in the old days, we used to bring gifts and present them to the Kima police, which it's always, if you're going to do a pub crawl in Kima, it's important to have the police on your side.
It is.
So the pub crawl benefits the
Toys for Tots.
Yeah,
for,
Kima Police.
Kima
Police Department charities. Costumes are encouraged. It starts at T-Bone Tom's at 6:30. There'll be live music. I think it's Pee Wee Bone. It'll include
No way.
Yeah,
Pee Wee Bone?
stops along the way will include Scallywag, Monkey Bar, the Great Kanakis Atomic Tiki Bar, Voodoo Hut, and there will be a special appearance by Dan's Pizza.
No.
Who obviously
that's right.
yeah,
He's
just
new to the
opened the
Kima
new
area.
just the Dan's Pizza. Dan the Pizza Man's empire has expanded, and now it's in Kima, as we discussed on a recent show. And of course, making the weekend, kind of bookending the weekend is on Saturday is the 58th annual Christmas Boat Lane Parade on Clear Lake. Another traditional event here in the area.
We're going to miss it. We're going to the Nutcracker.
Oh, going to the up in Houston or the Bay Area Houston?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
No,
up in Houston.
The Wortham.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys like to pop up inside the loop occasionally.
Jones? No, it's the Wortham.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, actually, there's even the Nutcracker the second weekend of the local Bay Area Houston Ballet and Theater over at the University of Houston Clear Lakes going on this weekend. So, the 58th annual Christmas Boat Lane Parade is also going on. There's, matter of fact, right now at Scout Bar, there's a national act going on, Diamante.
Oh.
She's got blue hair.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of cool music lineup, but Scholar's back, so we're gonna cut the weekend brew off
It
right
looks
there.
like the cork is just about ready to pop.
Look at that. All right. So that was the weekend brew brought to you by our friends, our very close friends at the Scene Magazine.
Super close friends.
They're closer than you think.
Right. So close. Okay. What do we got here? This is the
2014.
2014.
Category 5, Belgian quad. So I'd like to expand a little bit on this idea that I've had for a little bit, which is the thing about Category 5. This
very broad,
strong thing that I'd like to release once a year, and we do have a 2019 Category 5 that has been aging for quite some time now. It's a fig barley wine.
Ooh.
Yeah. Someone came in, a good friend of ours, James. He's been a regular here at the tap room. He had a fig tree, and he was producing so many figs. He said, "Skylar, can you do something with this?" And I said, "Yeah, I can turn it into beer," which is kind of my responsibility.
right. Yeah. I expect nothing less out of you.
Yes. And I took some of it home and made a fig wine, but then I took the rest of it here and made a fig beer. And I said, what you get those figgy notes from a really good English barley wine.
You do, yeah,
and
anyway.
Especially those high alcohol content things.
Yep,
So I was like, let's dump it.
And the longer age. The longer age and the higher it always seems like the fig comes through.
So the Category 5 series of beers, I'm going to do it once a year. It's always going to be a very strong beer, and it's going to be a different thing each year. So we've done this. This is the first kind of application of the concept that I did, and we were so new at the time. I didn't know of a way to market it properly. And at the time, you couldn't do beer to go, so it was this thing where I spent this time naturally recarbonate, like re-fermentation in the barrel, like was done in Belgium. But then I couldn't sell it to people. I would have to uncork it and pop it open and then have people drink it here. Now that beer-to-go laws have been established, I can
cork it, cellar it, and then sell it.
I can sell this to the person who wants it, which has always been that idea was, 4 or 5 years like in development until the laws could catch up. So this is something to look forward to. But for now, only 3 of these bottles exist. So let's check it out.
Soon to be 2.
Wow.
Okay,
dude, that was a nice pop.
It could have either like shot across the damn building or
and foam
or
just
been
spew
totally,
out. Yeah.
No, that one worked out. So
that was a good sound.
I'm very excited.
Look at that color. Dude, that is
Not
a
only
quad.
that, look at that carbonation.
Oh my God, that is freaking
So
amazing
we're talking
looking.
4 or 5 years.
John, hand me that beer, please. Quit talking.
Oh, for that, I'm gonna.
Oh,
there's a
oh,
tax.
man, you got your own.
I'm playing.
Thank you,
That would
sir.
be so mean.
We've got a
Oh my God, this smells amazing.
we've got a regular in the tap room tonight, just past those doors, and she's been coming here since the beginning. She had her first kid 2 years ago, and every birthday that kid has had a birthday here. Doesn't drink beer yet, given another 2 decades, but think about it. This beer is older than that kid. And I'm just like, man.
I'm still thinking of the kid, how popular he's going to be when he's older, when he had his first and second birthday parties at a brewery.
At a brewery.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't even know how lucky he is. I was playing peekaboo with him earlier. It was fun.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Right.
So smooth.
Wow, dude.
You can't tell this is like damn near 12% alcohol.
Think about the journey it's gone on. I mean,
This makes me smile, dude. This is awesome. This is good beer right here. Thank you, man. Thank you for sharing this.
Cheers. Yeah.
There's not enough of this.
Cheers.
Joel. Got it. Nice meeting you, Joel.
Dude, this is good stuff right here.
Yeah.
Look at the head retention on this.
When a beer's been aged for this long, especially like I haven't opened one of these bottles in a couple of years. Always looking for a moment to crack it open,
Oh my God.
And honored we're the moment.
Yeah, dude, this is
And impressed by your patience, because I could never hold on to it that long.
there's no alcohol heat at all in this beer. There's
it just
no
drinks
alcohol
like
heat.
water.
Yeah, it
So
does.
smooth.
Water with a pork chop, maybe.
But that's the cool thing about beer, isn't it? It's looking for that moment, waiting for that moment, whether it's a beer that's been in your fridge for 5 years or for 5 minutes. It's something you could crack open. It's something you want to share with people. Share a story, share a feeling. That's what craft beer is all about, Just
Absolutely.
sharing with friends.
Absolutely, man.
That's really good.
Oh, man. Yes.
I don't like to toot my own horn.
That did
No,
not, that
no.
is not
Well,
disappointing.
well, let us toot your
even
horn.
in the slightest. Yeah. Toot toot.
Toot away.
Oh my goodness. Batteries just don't last.
No worries.
Batteries just don't last like they used to.
That's the thing. You had that old Nokia. That damn thing lasted for 2 weeks without a charge.
for real, because were you playing the snake game on it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you had, right?
At most.
9, 9, 6, 3, 3. Fuck. Yeah, not anymore.
Remember when ringtones costed like $3?
Yeah. Now, not only you make your own, you get your news. I get my news on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I get my news. I get everything on my phone. They always thought it was going to be the watch, but it's the phone. They're trying to transition us, but nobody's going because they're like, yeah, that's way too small. Can you implant something right here on my arm that's a glass screen? Maybe.
They're working on it.
But then your
I
arm
They're gonna put it in
dies.
the eye.
I think
it's
it's the
gonna go in the
eye
eye. Yeah,
house
it's gonna
is
go
what
in the
they
eye.
call it. The eye house.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
Kristen, taste this stuff.
I've had it before.
Yeah.
Years
She's
ago.
all, yeah.
It's been a while. It's aged very nicely.
So the assistant brewer is drinking it.
You're
right?
so
No,
hard.
she isn't just an assistant brewer.
Yeah,
this
the-
is
the
the
brewer.
brewer.
You are
the
so
other
hard to
brewer.
impress. You're like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. I've had
I
that.
just dropped a whole thing of spiced eggnog. I'm really angry about it.
It's
That's what
okay.
it was.
It's okay. It's a Belgian quad. You can let go of the
I know,
eggnog.
exactly.
I know.
Like eggnog.
Just let it go. Let it go. It can go. Let it go.
We'll let you guys get back to your shit.
Home.
That's the thing. That sometimes you need someone else's opinion, and I don't like to
All the
get too
time you
caught
need
up on
someone's
my
opinion,
own
yeah.
stuff. And I like to listen to the opinion of everyone out there. Like I said last time, I'm one of those who I was like, oh yes, I want those delicious Untapped reviews. I want to read those. I want to see that critical response. But when I don't trust myself and I don't trust anyone else, I trust Kristen. She's going to tell me how it is because she knows beer just as good as I do.
That's good. You got to have that.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mike always says, "Don't trust your friends."
Yep. Don't trust your friends, and really don't trust anyone unless you know that they've given you at least one negative review.
Yeah.
My wife was the first one. The first beer I brewed, she was like, "I can't drink this. This is crap." And then it was probably 6 months later, I brewed a beer. She's like, "Yeah, this is yummy." I'm like, "Oh my God, I freaking did something."
There you go. It's all about the redemption.
Yeah, because she wouldn't drink anything until then, and then from then on, it was she would give me. She has, and I don't know what it is about women, but for some reason, the best tasters I've ever met in my life have all been women, and they've all been able to not only tell you why they don't like something, but hit the descriptors in a list. All right, I taste this, I taste this, I taste this, I taste this, I taste this. It's like, oh yeah, now that you name it, I'm getting a receptor on it. But for some reason, women seem to be a little more on top of that. I don't know if I'm not trying to be sexist or one way or the other,
genetic
but
predisposition. They say that women actually taste the bitterness of grapefruit more than men. More men are more likely to like grapefruit flavors than women. And a lot of it is because...
they're bitter enough already?
No, I'm trying to help you out here, man. I'm trying to help you out, Mike.
Miss us? We're back. Live from the ACU of Texas studios, the Galactic Coast Power Hour with John Ennis and Mighty Mike Taylor.
That's right. You're listening to the Galactic Coast Power Hour.
With the bridge troll.
You got to pay that troll toll.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. No. I had to balance out the extreme compliment with something, right? I mean,
right.
Bitterness.
Bitterness. I mean...
There's something to be said about bitterness, You have to have balance in life.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't have good without evil. You can't have sweet without bitter. You can't have life without death. And sometimes, exactly. And I'll be giving a tour here at the brewery, standing right where we're sitting right now, which is nice. Just by the way, I'm sitting where I'm normally standing.
Right.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't normally sit right here.
No, I normally don't sit anywhere. I'm constantly standing, walking around during the day, covered in beer. Now I'm sitting covered in beer.
Tragic.
Is it?
Nope.
Some people are in a little
cubicle
day after day. That used to be me. I'm glad that's not me anymore.
Shortening their hamstrings, rolling their shoulders forward.
Yeah.
I just got a stand-up desk. They bought me a stand-up desk.
Oh, nice.
So I can stand up.
Is it electronically, or do you have to?
I just do a clip and then pull it up to my height and then type. Because I'm so tall, sitting at a desk for me is horrible. I've got to cross my legs. I've got to do this.
Next step up, get a treadmill.
Treadmill desk, yeah.
Treadmill desk.
I do stances. Work the legs.
Nice.
Fair enough.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
Yep. Nope.
No, wait till you're lifting that desk.
Desk squats.
Get those squats.
Desk squats?
Yeah.
I can do some squats.
Work day is just leg day.
It is leg day.
Mm-hmm. It's also beer day.
Leg day. And that disappeared quick.
This is an amazing beer.
There's a hole in my glass.
It's amazing beer, yeah.
Well,
so how much is left?
There's
a little left.
We'll make sure everyone gets some.
All right, Mike got some.
At this point, you're getting to the yeasty bits.
Yes.
And that's the best part.
I think is the good bits.
Yes.
Beautiful.
A lot of noise out there in the tap room.
They're having a good time. There's a lot of
9 o'clock and there's life in your tap room. How do you feel about that?
This time of year, I'm feeling really, really freaking good about that because, this is usually the middle of our slow season where things die down. You're not seeing as many people in the bars. You're not seeing as many people in the breweries. everyone's just kind of like saving up their Christmas money and not spending money out. But I mean, it's lively. It's nice to see that. We're seeing definitely more traffic this year than we even had last year, and I think a lot of that can be attributed just to, boom, we're releasing new beers, we're doing more stuff out there, and like I said, new ownership. Joel's over here,
New ownership,
hanging out.
Nice.
So there was a impromptu band out here earlier. Is that what that is?
Yeah. So
do they come every day, every week?
No.
Well,
Actually,
it's impromptu.
Improv. But no, those are some good friends of ours. They've been coming here since probably the second year we were open, and they'll all come and jam out, play some stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Mandolin, banjo, guitars, vocals,
Mike,
there's all kind of stuff going on.
You and I were multi-instrumentalists, and so I'd like, grab a guitar and play with these guys out, and a lot of times they're at Gilhooley's, down the road in San Leon.
Yes, absolutely.
And, they've been coming over here. I'm like, guys, let's jam over here. Come here. I can jam with you guys, and we can have a good time. If I knew they would be here today, see, this is the thing. I don't have social media, so I never know when no one wants to text me. I would have brought my banjo if I knew they were here.
Now, I got a question for you. If you're not on Facebook, how are you able to log into the page? Don't you have to log in through a...
Oh, yeah. So there's this thing, Hootsuite.
Oh, okay.
It allows,
You're hacking Facebook?
Oh, no. You can never hack Facebook.
Zuckerberg wouldn't let that happen.
No.
Or you get a cease and desist letter.
What am I, Russia? But we got that. I've been kicking around the idea every time. I'm like, I'm gonna start the old social media page, and I remember how I ended it, like, back when I was a teenager. I was like, Facebook's stealing all your information. I'm never coming back to this again. Find me on Google Plus. Damn it! And so yeah,
Google Plus is now owned by the CIA.
Well, Google Plus is now no more, so now I don't have any damn thing. Twitter, I still can't stand because of character limitations, and I tend to be long-winded. I'd like to say things. Even
it's like 125 characters or something like that.
They upped the limit. But, the whole reason they put the limit on there is because of SMS's limitations. And so it's like, okay, 120 characters because that's all a phone could do. And they wanted that to be a very, phone-centric social network.
Especially if you're texting from a T9 phone.
Right. So they, doubled that at some point. But even that's still a little too low to me, to the point where even the brewery's social media posts, I try to cross-post between Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'm always like, oh, here you go. I have a great post. But what's that? Twitter's limitations. I've got to cut 2 words.
Twitter limitations.
I don't want to use, this isn't early
almost
2000s.
Sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
It could be.
Twitter limitations.
You know what, Mike? I think you know Taylor Swift more than most people.
I do. She's actually a very good songwriter. She writes and plays her own stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Can't argue with that.
Not many artists do that these days. And
I'm going to let you finish, but remember that?
Oh, yeah. Beyonce, she had a good video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're adding to the team. Are we? I guess we're not going to break any news on some of the new team members. I guess we got to let them do that in their own time.
Yeah, sure. I don't know how best to approach that, but we've got some awesome people on the team. Y'all saw Kristen just a minute ago,
right?
That's a thing. I feel like last time I was here, it was just like, okay, yeah, it's been pretty much me. But yeah, just the fact that we have this team going, we're assembling an A team.
You're surrounded by a team, a team of all stars,
truly all stars, and we've been pretty quiet We're going to start getting louder to the point where it's like, oh, yeah, Galveston Bay. Those guys. Cool.
Nice.
The guys that made this Category 5.
Right, which is damn good.
Dude, this is pretty awesome.
It's neat being the underdog sometimes.
Underdog isn't so bad.
Oh,
People don't expect it coming up.
nope. But
So
then
you-
we do.
So you mentioned you've been kind of out. You make a point to try to go out and visit other breweries at least once a month. I mean, are there some beers or some breweries out there that have really kind of caught your attention that you're excited about? Some maybe newer breweries on the scene.
Yes. So, like I said earlier, we went to visit New Magnolia. Had a good time with those guys. They're making really, just having some of the types of beers that they're having straight off of their first weekend. I was like, man, this is really impressive. They've got a really cool system. And, anytime there's a new brewery coming up, they've got to kind of grow into their system and
Right.
get used to becoming one with that brew system, because you change one little thing and it's like, But right off the gate, I'm pretty happy with what they're putting out, and I've got a few other places I want to check out. We went to an old favorite. We went to Brash for their Black Masses release when they had like all the protesters there and everything. Like, what?
How was that?
I went there I went there specifically because they're like, protesters are lining up, and I'm like,
Good for you, yeah.
like that works as advertisement. Like, now I want to see this.
Negative press is better than no press.
I wasn't gonna go to Brash this week, and I do, a lot of the time, but now I kind of want to see this. And I was expecting like 6 people. No, there are like 75, 80 people there, like protesting and stuff. I was like, really? Like, you're protesting beer and charity to like animal shelters. Like, ouch,
Man.
So, is there a way we can like assemble a anti-picket?
Well, the thing is, I just,
Right?
Well, I guess the whole crowd will-
I just showed up across the street, got my beer, like came back, and I'm like, oh, you had a bunch of people praying for me while I crossed the street. That was kind of cool.
Get a haircut,
Like-
son.
Yeah. I was like, do I-
Get a real job. George Thorogood. I'm just quoting.
Hey, George Thorogood or Robin Trower?
Yeah, Robin Trower.
Yeah, Robin Trower.
Thank you for calling me on that. But a brewer is a real job.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I don't think, I think a lot of people have a misconception of what a brewer does, as, where they look at it like a sexy job and a sexy
It's
position.
romanticized.
It is, if you were to describe a blue collar job, you're describing a brewer. It is the biggest blue collar job you can describe.
Mix your humble garbage man with a plumber just covered in shit, and
A
just
janitor.
a janitor at a high school that is
Yes.
overpopulated,
Yes.
and they're underappreciated and underpaid.
Yeah.
And mix that in with all the other things, but damn it, fruits of your labor.
Yes. Right from the bright
Fruits
tank.
of your labor.
Right from the bright tank, nothing better.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
It's a broad job description. You're wearing many hats, but I wouldn't give it up for anything else. Like I said, I used to be that guy in a cubicle. Do I miss it? Nah.
That's awesome.
I like that pause.
I had to think about it for a second. Nah.
I think we're almost out of time.
Yeah,
huh?
we're closing in on the final minute. So a lot of exciting things going on.
Yeah, we got all these new beers being released. Come check us out. We've got a larger, expanded outdoor area, and within the next couple months, you're going to see a huge improvement in the insides. We're remodeling everything. We're adding more taps. We're doing more things. You're going to see our product out and around town. You want to see us at a certain place, tell us, let us know, let them know. We're out there. We're in control now. No middleman to go through. Self-distributing. We've got it covered. And, expect to see a lot out of Galveston Bay in this next year.
Awesome. Well,
Skylar, you've never done anything but impress me. And thank you for inviting us out here and do this interview in your
absolutely. A Galactic Guy favorite.
In your home ground.
And Joel, very nice meeting you, man, and congratulations.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, and I guess we will see you next week.
Space travel. Beer. Does this look infected? Beer. Boating. Did we mention there's beer?
Oh, perfect.
Hey, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, we think. Thursday nights, 7 p.m.
I still love that.
Hour. Vinyl Drive. Space travel. Beer. Does this look infected? Beer. Boating. Did we mention there's beer? Hey, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, we think. Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Galactic Coast Power Hour. Vinyl Draft Radio. I gotta pee.